Hey guys, welcome back to an interesting video on Wild Rift. So today we're back with a Zeri updated complete guide. Now, of course Zeri's build hasn't really changed too much, but before we really jump into any of that, don't forget to check out Zeri's basic guide. I'll put up in the cards above for her skills, living order, tips and tricks, as well as some combos. But let's get straight into the build. The build hasn't really changed all that much. So let's get into it. So first up, we have the Gluttonous Greaves for the AD and the Omni Vamp, and then we of course go for Bloodthirster first item, best ADC first item. Of course we get the Physical Vamp, the AD, as well as of course the nice extra stats when you're high on health. And then we go into Charge Blade. Now Charge Blade of course is a really good Zeri item. Zeri can charge it up really easy just by spamming Q on nothing. You of course get your extra attack speed, which is important for Zeri. And you also get your crit, your ability haste, and of course the passive, as I mentioned, is the main part. Allows Zeri to really burst people down. Now that extra burst damage is really a game changer in a lot of trades and a lot of fights. And then an item that I think is very essential on Zeri is actually Runan's Hurricane. Now one of the main weaknesses of Zeri is the fact that you have the Graves problem, where you can really only attack whatever's in front of you. So be it a minion, objective, or a tower, you can really only attack what's in front of you. With Runans, you can attack not just who's in front of you, but also people beside or behind them with the Runan's Hurricane. So that's why I put Runan's Hurricane over here. It does delay your crit a little bit, but I think it's kind of essential for Zeri. And then for the last two items, here I go for IE. IE of course gives you additional crit damage as well as AD, and of course we have Gluttonous Greaves for the Armor Pen and the Grievous Wounds. However, as we know, IE is really not all that good, so another option you can go for is going for Navori instead. So you could go for something like this, for example, but overall, if I were to choose between the two, I still think IE has higher value, because Navori does give you your E cooldown more quickly for more mobility, but IE of course increases your damage on all of your auto attacks and when you crit. So other than this, Zeri does have a lot of other itemization options. You have, of course, Maw is really amazing against any team that has high magic damage. Of course, this means you probably won't hit 100% crit, but sometimes the safety is just more important. Riftmaker is also a really good item on Zeri just because of the Omnivamp and just all of the good stats, the true damage, things like that. And you also have defensive options like GA, like your Sterix Gauge, and even your Black Cleaver, which with Zeri you instantly proc Black Cleaver on an enemy with one auto attack, because it counts as like 6 auto attacks, so you instantly proc Black Cleaver. This has pretty much been out of the meta for a long time, but it is always an option. Triforce Start is also something that some people like to go for, so just be aware of that. Now for the runes, I actually think Conquer is better than Lethal Tempo, because you already have enough attack speed from Charge Blade and Hurricane, and you can charge up Conquer really quickly. So think about this: if you dash in, you ult, you ult QW auto, it's already 4 stacks instantly, so you charge it up like within 2 seconds. Whereas with Lethal Tempo, you take a long time to charge it up because you need to auto attack a lot. So with Zeri, honestly, Conquer is better. Of course, being an ADC that auto attacks a lot, Brutal is going to be the way to go. Giant Slayer, of course, for the anti-tank capabilities. Coup de Grace is just a little bit of an inferior option in general. And of course, Alacrity, because we need the attack speed, seeing as we don't have Lethal Tempo. And here I like to go for Bone Plating for the defensive capabilities. For the spells, I like to go for Flash as well as Exhaust nearly all of the time. Of course, you can go for Ghost from time to time, but Exhaust... you can go for Exhaust from time to time, but Ghost is generally better because the mobility on Zeri is very important. But of course, if there are multiple people that you need to exhaust, then you can of course go for Exhaust. But with all that said, let's move on to talking about our gameplay. Okay, so into the gameplay, of course, as usual, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Any questions, queries, or remarks, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and I will of course be sure to address them or drop a like. So now straight into the game. Zeri generally prefers to play with enchanters, in particular Yuumi, Lulu, these kind of champions. Soraka, Janna, and these kind of enchanters work as well. But of course, the two like S+ tier supports for Zeri is basically Lulu as well as Yuumi. In particular, Lulu is probably the best Zeri support because she has shields that can basically speed Zeri up. So when like Lulu E's you get a speed up because of your own passive. But of course, with Soraka is really good as well, because in long fights, she can sustain you up and make you very hard to die. But the main reason why Lulu is just better in general is not just because of the shields, but because she can save you in an instant with the polymorph and with the ulti. But hey, Soraka and champions like that work very well as well. So here we're against a Nami Lucian, which is a very aggressive early game lane. However, since we have a Soraka, we can actually trade into them, as you guys have seen us doing, because Soraka is just going to heal us up over time. Basically, so long as they don't kill us 100 to 0, which is basically impossible for them to do, we're going to be fine. Like here we get bubbled on the tower, but it doesn't really matter because Soraka is just going to heal us back up anyway. We don't have to bother to dodge it, really. So, yeah. Basically, Lucian, Nami likes short trades. Nami goes in with the W, Lucian dashes in, gets a couple autos, and of course Qs you, gets a couple more autos, and that's basically their burst trade, and after that they pretty much run out of steam, so it's really unlikely they kill you unless you're already low. But with Soraka, this should never be the case, so it's really very hard to play this lane as Lucian Nami, and here as a Zeri Soraka, we actually have quite a big advantage because all we really need to do is just keep on farming, keep on sustaining, and we will just outscale them. We don't necessarily have to fight. Although, of course, if we get our jungle to gank us, or if an opportunity presents itself, then of course we can take a fight. But it is simply not like essential. It's not necessary. It's not like we are a Draven that needs to get a kill in the lane or anything like that. So here, Nami. For some reason, Talon decides to not go on the Nami, and that was really weird. Talon ulted there, walked past the Nami, and I guess he wanted to go for Lucian, but Nami was a free kill there, and he ends up flashing anyway, and Nami doesn't even die. So I would say that the jungle kind of messed up there. Like, Talon kind of messed up there. I'm not really sure what he's doing, but yeah. So that was one of those opportunities that I was talking about. Unfortunately, it didn't quite pan out. But here we disrupt the Nami's back using our W through the wall. Just a relatively good guess about where she would be backing, and we do manage to cancel it. So now she's kind of stuck in lane, and we have a stacked wave here, about to crash into their tower. Now here I'm looking to actually reset, because their next wave is coming. Lucian's going to be stuck here clearing minions for a while, so we're going to beat him on tempo. We're going to quickly come back. We're going to get our items, and by the time we reach back, he probably would have just finished pushing the wave, so he wouldn't really lose any minions anyway. Of course, finding a nice reset window to get your boots and just get your items is always going to be good. Now here Lucian is trying to back. He's backing in a very greedy position, so here I'm actually trying to stop him. Unfortunately, I barely don't reach him. If I actually eat forward there, I would have actually reached him in time, I believe, but I didn't want to commit my E cooldown to cancel his back, because I didn't actually think it was necessary. Turns out that it was, and if I had realized that, I probably would have just eat forward. But in this case, it's still okay. Like, the wave is still in a pretty okay position. It's frozen outside my tower more or less. So here we're just kind of keeping the wave here and just letting the minions come. So here, dash out of the way of the bubble. Lucian, Nami playing pretty aggressive, as they probably should. But again, they can't really do very much. I mean, honestly, it's better if they focus Soraka compared to me, because Soraka can heal herself for a lot less than she can heal an ally. So probably focusing me is going to be a wrong call, but we'll see what the enemy team does. As of now, we are all still really healthy. And yeah, so far it's not a very interesting laning phase, because yeah, like I said, they can't really kill us, and we can't really kill them either. So it's kind of just like scaling and just getting farm. Nothing too interesting happening so far. Looking at the rest of the map, unfortunately Lux has died twice to the Swain, and Talon is pretty fed from his 2 assists, and he is kind of snowballing. Jax is also doing pretty alright, although Yone does have 2 kills, so he's perhaps becoming a problem. In the bot lane, completely no action. Everyone is just 0, 0, and 0, as we all know. Really boring stuff. But here, they will be able to get lane parity over us, because Lucian does have pretty good wave clear, and he has a Nami as well. Now here a fight finally breaks out in the river. Lux gets a really nice route. We are actually able to ult onto 2 of them, and here now the chase is commencing. Yone is trying to do something, but he's kind of getting run down at the moment. Gets rooted by Lux. I'm unloading my entire kit onto him. He survives on 1 HP. I guess I had to flash to finish him off, because it's a free kill. So we do get that. We do flash over, finish off the kill. And now objectives have spawned. Lilia is mid, trying to defend her mid tower, so we can pretty much get the dragon for free. And Lilia is not doing the other objective at this point in time. So we get the dragon. We have no mana, so we have to reset, and also to of course get some item components. We do get all the Bloodthirster components, but not quite enough to complete the Bloodthirster itself. And now we're gonna run straight back to bot lane, because Nami and Lucian are both there. So if we run to Herald, they're gonna get like all of the tower plates, and that's of course not what we want to happen. So we're gonna hit back here, use the W to clear wave a little bit. They do pop our fruit. And I actually do take a little bit of poke, so I guess I'll just go grab the fruit here to go back to full health. And now we are going to just clear out the wave. Again, they normally have priority, and we know that they're missing, so I'm kind of just checking if they're here. The Nami actually puts down a ward right over my control ward, so I'm just going to kill that. I do suspect that the Lucian Nami are rotating mid or rotating to the Herald, but what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to push in, because if they make that rotation, which they turned out that they did not, we would be able to get some Tara plays. So here, I pick up a couple of Conqueror stacks, and now here I'm having a Conqueror that's like basically almost fully stacked. I think it's fully stacked now, so here I actually want to go in. I ult. Unfortunately, I get hit by the Nami bubble and the wave into the Lucian outline. If I didn't actually get hit by that wave, I would have definitely killed them there, which is of course a little bit unfortunate. I didn't have flash to get out of the way, so that was clearly my mistake for going in there, because I didn't have the tools that I needed to avoid the damage I needed to, because basically the Nami wave into bubble guaranteed Lucian landed his like entire ult onto me, which is of course not very ideal, because I take way too much damage. Without Lucian out landing on me, I would have easily been able to kill them and survive, but yeah, got chain CC'd and got whacked with that ulti. Yeah, bad decisions from my part. So now we're going to head over to mid to clear mid wave, because our mid laner is actually at bot. So something to know is you don't just want to AFK run bot, you do want to adapt to what's happening on the map. In this case, we went mid to defend the mid wave and also just to grab it. And now a fight looks like it's going to happen at bot. The Talon is going in onto the Lilia. Nice root from the Lux. Both of them are 1 HP. They want to run into the Talon. And Lucian's flashing away. I'm trying to get there so I can, maybe get myself a kill. I actually get the kill onto the Nami, start attacking the tower, so I'm going to reset the aggro. And yeah, we do get a kill as well as an assist for our contribution on killing the enemy bot lane. Lucian's still going for the same build as pre-nerf IE, which is he's going for that IE rush first item. I'm not too sure if it's really good anymore. I do see a lot of Lucians going for that, but my question to those players would be, why not just go for Duskblade first item? It's such a stronger spike. Yes, it doesn't have crit, but the spike is so much better than IE, and you can just snowball off of that and just go for the regular build. Substituting IE with Duskblade, I think it's just way superior. So here, I actually went mid, but I'm trying to ping my Lux to go bot, but she basically refuses. So I guess we're gonna just be a 3-man mid taking the mid tower. I guess it's fine for now, because the wave hasn't really pushed in yet anyway, so we're gonna grab that. And Lucian is now pushing in the wave, and yeah, so he's gonna push in. Jax is now responding to actually defend, so we can actually kind of remain here and try to see what we can do. Talon is going top, and we are pretty much 1-3-1, but we don't have Baron and we're not really pushing, so it's kind of funny, but yeah, now Lux looking for picks there with her binding, but not really hitting. I mean, Swain's trying to do the same with his claw, but he's not really hitting anything either. So it's just basically everyone's just missing everything. Jack's now coming to join us in the fight supposedly, and Yone is going on to Talon, kills him. Lux finally hits and actually one-shots the Nami, which is pretty nice. Lucian pops the culling, but we get healed by Soraka, and we're just gonna move out of the general direction. And yeah, not too much is really happening here. Don't really have the ability to kill anyone while they're on the tower, and we can't really siege the tower very effectively either. However, something that is happening is we're actually zoning the enemies away from getting their mimics. So in top lane and mid lane, you can see that they don't actually have their mimics. Now, hard commitment by Yone onto the Soraka, but Soraka is able to silence him very well and actually survive. Now she pops the ult to save herself, and Lilia, and as well as who's that behind? Nami's getting caught. I go in with the ulti, I get a double kill. I'm going on to Lucian, I get a triple. You can see Soraka's healing me this entire time, and now I actually get the kill onto the Swain for the Quadra. Technically that's an unofficial pentakill, because I did kill the Yone earlier on as well, but obviously the timer is not that long. But yeah, so here we get the Quadra, and now we're going to base. Of course, it's pretty much impossible to zone the enemy team away from the mimics the entire time. I think that's like, there's no way that's gonna happen. Like they're definitely gonna be able to pick it up sooner or later. You can't just stand there and defend the mimics forever, so we eventually have to give up the defense, and we're gonna go back. We have of course our charge blade, and now we of course have another recurve bow, building towards the Runaan's Hurricane. Now here, I'm just going to give Lux the blue buff because I already have one, so I don't really need to fight her for it. Honestly, I think blue buff is probably more useful on Soraka, because Soraka can spam heals on the entire team that way. But yeah. So here, you know, you have Nami getting caught. I'm just gonna run over the wall, just finish her off. She's only worth 150 gold at this point. She's 0 and 5, so not very valuable whatsoever. Lilia also not very valuable. She's 0 and 4 at the moment. But yeah, so here we're gonna get rid of this tower. And Jax is responding to the huge top wave that has accumulated. Yone tries to go in. I dodge everything basically. He gets silenced again, but goes unstoppable. Goes back to his ghost. Swain's getting rooted. I'm just stacking my Conqueror on him. And we have a full stack Conqueror now, but we can't really follow up onto anybody because they're all running for the hills. And yeah, you can see now we're getting really fed right now, 8, 1, and 2 with 10k gold. Our Talon is even more fed. He has like 12k gold, like 2k gold ahead of us. And yeah, our team is doing really, really well in general. We are like 8k gold ahead of the enemy team, so we are super duper fed, super duper ahead. And yeah, so pretty much at this point, based on ourselves as well as our team, the game is going to be pretty much won so long as no one screws up. You can see that Talon is super fed, I am super fed, and Jax is also pretty fed. Now on the enemy team, really the only fed person is the Yone, and Yone has kind of a really weird build. He has Bork into Navori. I'm not quite sure what the Navori is supposed to do for him. Like, I guess it reduces his cooldown, but I think it's a really weird buy on Yone. I think there's a lot of better crit items to buy on Yone. But anyways, now we're going to head back to mid, just clear up this wave. With the Runans now, it's pretty easy to do that. And here we're just going to grab this Scuttle Crab, and then we're going to go on to the Baron. So Lilia, the jungle, is dead. The rest of the enemy team still alive, but you can see that like 3 people on bot side. Pretty much is only Sling here, and I think Lucian might be rotating. Yeah, there is Lucian. Yeah, it's not like he's going to actually get the Baron, so he has to kind of run away. Talon is going onto him, and Talon gets the kill. Now Swain is walking into all of us, pops the ulti, but you know, at this point, his ulti is really not going to do that much. No one even has anti-heal, I think. Talon does, but I don't think Talon was actually attacking him. So yeah, we didn't even need the anti-heal to kill him there, and that's how you really know that the Swain is not really doing very well. The fact that we don't even need anti-heal to actually kill him. Of course, I will be picking that up, you know, sooner or later. Just to ensure that, you know, he's not a problem. And yeah, so here I'm just clearing out the wave. Bowling ball comes rolling down mid, and we're just gonna move out the way. It actually hits the TX, but it doesn't really matter for the most part. We have all 3 lanes kind of pushed in. Bot lane is pushed in, mid lane is now pushing in, and Jax is pushing top. So here Talon is trying to go for that top lane tower. Actually distracts the entire enemy team. They're gonna get a shutdown on him. But I'm able to get the mid lane inhibitor in the meanwhile. So in the meanwhile, Jax is also pushing in, and I'm going to go ahead and push in this bot wave to ensure we have, like, you know, both waves crashing and basically guarantee an inhibitor. So here I'm going for this top bot lane inhibitor. Sorry, Jax is actually now here, and he's going to grab this as well. And yeah, only 1 inhibitor left standing. We have the TX now in the base itself. And we probably should be pushing in that last inhib. We're trying to end the game apparently, but it's a little bit difficult with pretty much all the enemies alive. Yone tries to go in again. Doesn't really do very much. And yeah, we should be going for that last inhib is the optimal play here, like, because we can't really kill the enemy team unless they do something incredibly stupid. Jax is going for that last wave. And in the meanwhile, we're keeping all of the other waves pushed in to maximize the pressure on the enemy team. Jax is trying to go in. Yone goes in onto the T-Hex, kills the T-Hex, and here Soraka ult comes through, and Nami ult actually hits 3 people, and the enemy team doesn't actually engage or anything, so, you know, yeah, it's all good. I still have ult, I still have both my summoner spells, so I'm not incredibly scared. I also have a Soraka with me, so I'm not incredibly scared. I believe that, you know, I don't believe that I die very easily here with 2 summoner spells and a Soraka. Yone goes in again. Gets stunned. Lilia is rooted on the spot, flashes away in fear, but I don't think she needed to do that. And yeah, not too much is happening here. No objectives are up, and this is kind of a little bit awkward because we can't exactly end the game, but there's not really a lot else for us to do on the map now. While I'm not here, the enemy team finally decides to go in. Lilia goes down, Yone flashes away, and at this point only Lucian has flashed. The enemy team has been flashing away from us non-stop, and now we're going in onto the Swain. Yone out hits me, but I'm not too scared. Again, I have both summoner spells and a Soraka. Soraka's just gonna heal me back up. I popped my Ghost there just to get the mobility. Only Yone and Lucian are left alive, and we're going to easily be able to end the game here, as you guys can see. So I'm going to leave you guys with the stats as usual. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and goodbye.
Victory!